श्रीकालिका स्तोत्रम। त्वं परा प्रकृतिः साक्षात् ब्रह्मणा परमात्मनः त्वत्तो जातं जगत् सर्वं त्वं जगज्जननी महदाद्यनुपर्यन्तम् यदेतत् सचराचरम् त्वयैवोत्पादितं भद्रे त्वदधीन त्वमाद्या सर्ववेद्यानाम् अस्माकमपि तन्मधुः त्वं जानासि जगत् सर्वं न त्वां जानाति कश्चन त्वं काली तारिणी दुर्गा षोडशी भुवनेश्वरी धूमावती त्वं भगवना भैरवी छिन्नमस्तका त्वमन्नपूर्णा वाग्देवी त्वं देवी कमलालया सर्वशक्तिस्वरूपा त्वं सर्वदेवानि त्वमेव सूक्ष्मस्थूलत्वं व्यक्ताव्यक्तस्वरूपिणी निराकारापि साकारा कस्त्वां वेदेतुमर्हति उपासकानां कार्यार्थं श्रेयसे जगतामपि दानवानां विनाशाय धत्से नानाविधास्त्रम् शास्त्रधारिणी त्वं सर्वरूपिणी देवी सर्वेषां जननी परा तुष्टायां त्वयि देवेशि सर्वेषां तोषणं भवेत् श्रेष्ठरादौ त्वमेकासि तमोरूपम् अगोचरम् त्वत्योजातं जगत् सर्वम् परब्रह्मसि सृष्टया महत्तत्त्वादिभूतान्तम् त्वया सृष्टमिदं जगत् निमित्तमात्रं तद्ब्रह्म सर्वकारणकारणम् सद्रूपं सर्वव्यापी सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति सदैकरूपं चिन्मात्रं निर्लिप्तं सर्ववस्तुषु न करोति न च श्नाति न गच्छति न तिष्ठति सत्यं ज्ञानमनाद्यन्तम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् तस्य इच्छामात्रमालम्ब्य त्वं महायोगिनी परा करोषि पासि हंस्यन्ते जगदेतत्सचराचरम् भवरूपं महाकालो जगत्संहारकारकः महासंहारसमये कालः सर्वं ग्रसीष्यति कलनात् सर्वभूतानां महाकालः प्रकीर्तितः महाकालस्य कलना त्वमाद्याकालिका कालसङ्ग्रहसनात् काले सर्वेषामादिरूपिणी कालत्वादाधिभूतत्वात् आद्याकालेति गीयते पुनः स्वरूपमासाद्य तमोरूपं निराकृति वाचातीतं मनोगम्यं त्वमेकैव शेषसे साकारापि निराकारा मायया बहुरूपिणी त्वं सर्वादिरनादेस्त्वं कर्त्रीं हन्त्रीं च पालिकां त्वं सर्वादिरनादेस्त्वं कर्त्रीं हन्त्रीं च पालिकां त्वं सर्वादिरनादेस्त्वं कर्त्रीं हन्त्रीं च पालिकां।
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम्। कठोपनिषद की पठन पाठन की आज पंचम दिवस है and today is the last but one day. Tomorrow we are going to finish. हम लोगों ने प्रथम अध्याय के प्रथम वल्ली का पाठ किया और अभी भी प्रथम अध्याय के द्वितीय वल्ली में ही है। इसमें 7 वल्ली है, सिर्फ 2 वल्ली तक ही अभी हम पहुंचे हैं। उपनिषद के प्रारंभ में ही है, पर समय अल्प था। हम लोगों ने विशेष करके रामकृष्ण संघ की जो भावधारा है, श्री श्री ठाकुर, श्री श्री मां, स्वामी जी महाराज, ठाकुर के सन्यासी और भक्त संतान, और हम लोगों की जो शतवर्ष की अधिक समय का परंपरा है, उसके आधार पे हम लोगों ने ये अध्यात्म तत्व को समझने का प्रयत्न किया है। ये पुस्तक को समाप्त करने का प्रयत्न हम नहीं करेंगे, पर आज अभी शाम को और कल भी सुबह को मैं कुछ सभी मंत्र का हम लोग पठन पाठन नहीं करेंगे। विल सिलेक्ट फ्यू टू गेट एन ओवरऑल आइडिया, क्योंकि इसके पहले भी हम जब प्रारंभ कर रहे थे, आई थॉट दैट लेट अस टेक एन स्लो एंड स्टेडी स्टेप, और उपनिषद का जो रूप है, गठन है, उसको हम समझ पाए हैं। नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट विथ द प्रथम अध्याय द्वितीय वल्ली, द मंत्र नंबर 18। आज सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट के समय हम कुछ साधु भाई बैठ के काफी देर तक बातें करते। देन आई वाज इन अ हरी टू गेट रेडी, एंड इन दैट हरी आई forgotten my spectacles. So I am, what do you say, I am short sighted, so I can see. I think short is plus or minus, what did they say? Whatever it may be. It is 1.5. So I can see. You will see, I can see. No, it will do. I can get it if you like. No, we should get adjusted to all kinds of situations. In God's work, what was that? In God's work, they say it's about a person. In God's work, what was that? I forgot. In God's work, everyone is useful, no one is needed. Mantra 18. Maharaj, I have a suggestion. Yes. Just for consideration. If we could prolong morning session also and have afternoon, we'll cover more. Maybe it's like, we have to take a joint decision. Yeah. At least let's start now. Yes. Yes, all mobile phones better be switched off. We never know when they get activated, because Brahman is everywhere and Brahman is Satchit Anand Swarup. So when the mobile phones, though we think they're inanimate, suddenly they can come into life. Their Satchit, especially their Chit Swarup, may get manifested. Mantra. न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चिन् नायं कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित् अजो नित्यः शाश्वतो अयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. This has a resemblance with a shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita also. And here यमराज आत्मा के स्वरूप के बारे में बोल रहे थे कि ये जो आत्मा है, एक है, यहाँ पे एक शब्द यूज किया है प्रत्यक आत्मा. वो जो ब्रह्मन जो सर्वत्र है, वही ब्रह्मन ये नाम रूपधारी ये अस्तित्व में है. इन ऑल ऑफ अस दैट सेम कॉन्शियसनेस इज रिसाइडिंग. इट इज कॉल्ड द आत्मन. The word Atma, it means me. Atma Katha, my story. Atma Chintan, thinking about myself. The word Atman means me, myself. So, self, myself, the self, right? You know, I was hearing like we take selfies, but the selfie we take is the wrong self. It is a body. Once we can know our real self, then it will be a true selfie. Otherwise, these are only selfies with a machine. If you want to take your true selfie, if you want to see your own self, then you have to follow what the Upanishads are saying. इसको प्रत्यक आत्मा बोलते. कहीं कहीं पे हम लोगों को मिलेगा प्रत्यक आत्मा. प्रत्यक आत्मा means that Atman which is a part of the existence which I think which I call I. प्रत्यक आत्मा. हाँ? वो ये ब्रह्मन सर्वत्र है. ये ब्रह्मन, ये जीव रूपधारी जो हम है, हमारा अस्तित्व भी वो ब्रह्मन ही है. इसको आत्मन शब्द से कहा जाता है. और कभी कभी शास्त्र की चर्चा में हम एक शब्द पाएंगे जिसको कहते प्रत्यक आत्मा. और प्रत्यक आत्मा मीन्स दैट आत्मन which I am, उसको प्रत्यक आत्मा. ये सब वो कभी कभी हम लोगों को ये शब्द का अर्थ समझ में नहीं आता है. हाँ, ब्रह्मन इज द इनफाइनाइट one and only pure consciousness. When I say Atman, I refer to that consciousness which is a part of my existence, your existence. वो अभी जो श्री श्री कालिका स्तोत्रम हम लोगों ने पाठ किया, एवरीवेयर वही एक ही भावना है, एक ही चिंतन है, एक ही तत्व है. यहाँ पे भी बोलते हैं कि जो उपासक है उनको कृपा करने के लिए ये तत्व, ये काली रूप धारण की है, मातृ रूप धारण की है. बट शी इज बियॉन्ड दिस ऑल्सो. कल हम लोगों ने श्री श्री राम नाम संकीर्तन किया. शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात् पर राम. वही राम कालात्मक, काल के द्वारा जैसे उन्होंने खुद को आबद्ध किया है, जैसे एज इफ इज इंपॉर्टेंट, और परमेश्वर का रूप धारण किया. बट ही शुद्ध ब्रह्म. एंड दैट इज द रीजन उनकी जो लीला है उसका हम कीर्तन करें. बट नाउ एंड देन अगेन एंड अगेन द रचयिता ऑफ द संकीर्तन, ही इज रिमाइंडिंग अस दैट ही इज शुद्ध ब्रह्म. लीला करे, लीला के ईश्वर है, बट he has another transcendent reality also. ये जो ज्ञान स्वरूप प्रत्यक आत्मा है, ये न जायते न म्रियते, जन्म नहीं लेते, मृत्यु नहीं होता. Yes, that consciousness which is residing in this existence which has a nama and rupa. Paro is something which is outside, pratyak something which is inside. Yes. And it is नायम कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित. ये कोई कारण से उत्पन्न नहीं होती. ये जगत में जो भी है सभी का एक कार्य कारण संबंध है. कुछ भी अगर है, उसका अगर प्रकाश है तो उसका एक कारण होगा. Everything that has a manifestation will have a reason behind it, of its manifestation. It is like a law. कार्य कारण संबंध से ये जगत बना है. पर हम अगर सोचेंगे जैसे नेति नेति रूप से जब हम ढूंढते हैं तो उनको कहते हैं अनवस्था दोष. अनवस्था दोष क्या? मानो एक वस्तु है, उसकी सृष्टि हुई है, तो उसका कारण कुछ होगा. ये जो कारण से ये सृष्टि हुई है, वो जो कारण है उसका एक कारण होगा, फिर वो जो कारण है उसका एक कारण होगा, एंड एंडलेस. उसको अंग्रेजी में बोलते इनफाइनाइट रिग्रेशन. यू कैन नॉट गो एंड पॉइंट आउट दिस इज द एंड. उसको ये शास्त्र के भाषा में बोलते अनवस्था दोष है. इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर an end point, you don't get an end point. अनंत ना, अनंत नहीं, अनादि. अनादि है, अनादि. जैसे बोलते हैं कि माया अनादि है, पर माया अनंत नहीं है. माया अनादि है पर माया अनंत नहीं है, क्योंकि जब हम माया का सोर्स को ढूंढने जाते हैं, we do not get a clue of it. Why we do not get a clue of it? Because we are in the Maya. हम उसी में हैं और उसका कारण ढूंढ रहे. सो मानो एक स्थूल माया का एक स्थूल रूप है. Just a gross idea, whatever. I'm not giving any example. A gross idea of Maya. And you find out the cause of this Maya is some subtle form of Maya. The cause of that subtle form of Maya is some subtler form of Maya. And the cause of that subtler form of Maya, जिसको हमारे यहाँ पे बोलते हैं स्थूल शरीर, फिर सूक्ष्म शरीर, फिर कारण शरीर, and we have got various names. The point is that we cannot find a beginning of it. Atman, Brahman is Swaprakash. It does not have a beginning. Ajo, Aja. It is birthless. And it is all this adjectives that have been. It is Nitya. Always it is there. Always it is there means it is not bound by time. Or it is Sashvato and न हन्नते हन्नमाने शरीरे. ये शरीर का नाश होने से इसका नाश नहीं होता. And Upanishad will tell, हम क्या सोचते हैं? देखिए, the general idea is also pointing to this तत्व. मैं कभी नहीं बोलता हूं me body, मैं कभी नहीं बोलता हूं I mind. मैं बोलता हूं my body, my mind, my senses. That means my body means the body is an object and I am a subject. My mind means if I say me mind, then we'll say no, you don't say me mind. আমি শরীর এরকম করবেন, আমার শরীর, আমার মন, আমার ইন্দ্রিয়, আমি ইন্দ্রিয় এরকম করে আমরা বলি না. বললে আমরা ঠিক বুঝতেও পারি না. আমি যদি বলি যে আমার শরীরটা আজকে ভালো নেই, we understand. কিন্তু আমি যদি বলি যে আমি শরীরটা আজ ভালো নেই, even in a general we understand that it's not really making a sense. Our culture is made in that way. আমাদের সংস্কৃতি এমন ভাবে তৈরি হয়েছে, हमारी संस्कृति इस तरीके से इसका विकास हुई है कि even the day to day language also reflects the adhyatma tattva.
That is actually only in Bengali. That way Bengali is more advanced.
No, like in Hindi.
Amar sharita bhalo nahi, amar monta bhalo nahi.
Is it? But in Hindi?
Not they say I am not well. I am not well.
No, I am not well is British. But English, you tell in Indian languages.
आज मैं ठीक नहीं हूँ, तबीयत ठीक नहीं है.
Okay.
तबीयत क्या है?
Okay. ना आज मेरी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है.
शरीर नहीं बोलते.
Okay.
जरा आज मैं डिस्टर्ब हूँ.
Okay, आज मैं.
Please don't come to me.
Okay.
मेरे पास बताओ.
Okay.
आज मेरा दिमाग ठीक नहीं.
Okay.
वो तो मेरा हो गया दिमाग.
अब मेरा दिमाग.
हाँ, पर मैं ठीक नहीं. हाँ? आज मूड ठीक नहीं.
Okay.
मतलब in Bengali.
Okay, maybe.
More advanced.
No, the thing is that आप जैसे बोल रहे हैं ना, बांग्ला में भी हम बोलते हैं कि we say that आज का मैं भालो नहीं. We say that.
But at least Bengalis do make a distinction.
No, not really. No.
In Hindi we don't have.
No, it is in Bengali also in both ways. I am saying that in the way of day-to-day language, we find expressions like that which reflects Adhyatma Tattva. That is the point I want to make. So, the following mantras will tell about this characteristic of the Atma. The next mantra. Hanta chet mannate hantum. Hataschet mannate hatam. Ubhau to na vijanito. Nayam hanti न हन्नते. अगर कोई देहात्म बुद्धि विशिष्ट हो और वो अगर अन्य किसी का हत्या करे और ऐसा वो चिंतन करे कि मैंने हत्या की है, या कोई देहात्म बुद्धि विशिष्ट हो और वो किसी के द्वारा वो हत हो, आघात प्राप्त हो, और वो ऐसा चिंतन करे कि मुझे आघात किया गया है, तो उभौ तो न बीजानी, तो दोनों ही अज्ञान का प्रकाश करे। हम लोग स्मरण कर सकते हैं वो जो वाख्यायिका गोरक्षनाथ जी और मत्स्येंद्रनाथ जी गोरक्षनाथ जी को बार बार आघात करे। गोरक्षनाथ जी बोले, गुरुदेव आप जितना भी मुझे आघात कीजिए, मैं गुस्सा करने वाला नहीं हूं। और गुरुदेव बोले, वो जो मैं बोल रहा है कि मैं गुस्सा करने वाला नहीं हूं, मैं को मारा। पागली मामी वो श्री श्री माँ को बहुत तंग कर रही है, तो माँ एक दिन बोली कि पागली तो कि मेरे ही फेलबो আর তাতে আমার পুণ্য নেই, তাতে আমার পাপও নেই। She says, she gets a bit irritated and says, pagli, आज तुझे मैं मार ही डालूंगी। And then she says the Upanishadic utterance, और उसमें मेरा पुण्य भी नहीं है और उसमें मेरा पाप भी नहीं। Just do it. So the next mantra. अनोरणीयान महतो महीयान आत्मास्य जन्तोः निहितो गुहायां तमक्रतुः पश्यति वीतशोको धातु प्रसादान महिमानम आत्मनः। बोल रहे अनोरणीयान, अनो माने सूक्ष्म, ऑन और अनियान माने सूक्ष्मतर। ये जो सूक्ष्म है उससे भी सूक्ष्मतर है आत्मा, और महत माने विशाल, और जो विशाल है उससे भी विशाल है। इट इज सटलर देन द सटलेस्ट एंड इट इज ग्रेटर देन द ग्रेटेस्ट। व्हाट डज इट मीन एक्चुअली? इट मीन्स that whatever adjective, whatever characteristic, whatever features, attributes you put on this Atman, nothing will fit into it. It is beyond attributes. That is the idea. All these things that we see, we perceive, they all can be pointed out with attributes. This is beyond attributes. Very difficult to understand. When we say beyond attributes, still we think of something which is as if having an attribute called beyond. It is very difficult. If you say that, Maharaj, I can really gasp it, then you don't need to read all these things. You have got directly into that stage of anubhuti. But now this is an intellectual conviction, a neti way, in that way. So it is said that it is subtler than the subtle and greater than the great. It cannot be given any attribute, but then how to find it? How to get an idea of it? It says, Atma asya. This Atman jantoho nihito guhayam is existing, present, manifested in all of the creatures. It is within me. I don't have to go and find it out anywhere else. I have to find it within me. In what way? When I say I have to find the Atman, the Brahman within me, I have to find myself which is beyond attributes. When I look towards me, whatever attributes comes and puts a tag on me, I have to really find out, am I this really? Am I this? How do I understand I am this or not? If I am this attribute, then it should be with me always. Always. I have a male body, but when I dream, I have no idea of what body I have. When I sleep in that Shushupti avastha, I have no idea. In the Vedanta Sara, it is said that when we sleep and we get up and say, Sukham aham asvasvam, na kinchit avadisham. I have slept very well. I slept very well. I did not know anything. খুব ভালো ঘুম হলো। আহা, কিছু বুঝতে পারলাম না, কি ঠান্ডা এখানে। Then it is said, the Vedanta Sara Pravartaka, the writer of Vedanta Sara, he says, he is asking, when I say I slept well, who was that I? That witness I. That I is referring to that deeper aspect of us. So, now a very, very, very important point of the Upanishad, revered Swami Bhuteshanandaji points to this again and again. So I find Holy Mother is also listening. She's sitting there on the third chair. Yes, yes, yes. No, keep her. Very good. Yes. ওই মা ওখানে বসে আছেন শুনছেন। In some places, you know, like শ্রী ঠাকুর পুরী যাননি, তাই মা যখন পুরীতে গেলেন, মা ছবি নিয়ে গিয়েছেন আর তারপরে আঁচলে থেকে বের করে ঠাকুরকে জগন্নাথজি দেখিয়েছেন. So when I went to Puri, I also took my picture of Sri Ramakrishna. And then I kept it in the pocket. And then when I had the darshan of Jagannathji, then I took out Sri Thakur and I showed you that. Here you remember like that. It is, it's not childish. It is a world of devotion that a devotee creates, you know. If you say that is mithya, this world is also mithya. But that is a vidya maya rupini mithya. It takes us deeper into the real things. Anyhow, this is a very important declaration of the Upanishad that यमराज बोले नचिकेता को, कोई इसको चाहता नहीं, सभी ये जागतिक वस्तु लेके व्यस्त रहते, फिर भी नचिकेता ने मांगा. यमराज बार बार बोले ये दुर्लभ है, देवताओं को भी ये लभ्य नहीं होता, फिर भी वो मांगा. किस शक्ति से? एकमात्र by the power of renunciation. Only त्याग की शक्ति से नचिकेता इसका अधिकारी बने. त्याग माने क्या? नचिकेता को तो वर लाभ हुआ कि नचिकेता प्रथम वर में वो अपने पिता के पास वापस जाएंगे. नचिकेता तो जाके कोई गुफा में अवस्थान नहीं करेंगे. नचिकेता सन्यास का व्रत लेके जगत से दूर नहीं चले जाएंगे. तो हम देखते कि नचिकेता will get knowledge. He will get knowledge by which फिर वो पिता के घर में जाए, जो भी करे, he will know what is the reality and what is the unreality. Upanishad tells us to know the reality in whatever way we are. वो पुरुष हो, वो नारी हो, वो गृही हो, वो सन्यासी हो, all these attributes कहीं पे भी हम नहीं देखेंगे ये सब outer attributes के बारे में कुछ भी लिखा है. जाति के बारे में, कुल के बारे में, gender के बारे में, देश के बारे में, भाषा के बारे में, never. The qualities are always interior qualities which are applicable to one and all. It makes it universal. And yes, this utterance, Atma sa jantor nihito guhayam aham brahmasmi tattvamasi. That thing, Brahman, Atman, O Nachiketa, it is within you. Just we have to understand who are you. Just that. Tamakratu pashyati vitashoko dhatu prasadan mahimanam atmanah और जो निष्काम पुरुष होता है वो ये आत्मा का स्वरूप को जानता है और शोक से रहित हो जाता है, जानता है। আপনি কি ভগবানকে দেখিয়াছেন? হ্যাঁ, मैंने जाना है। And I don't know, we can't imagine his simple utterances. উনি বলছেন কথা কয় গো, ও যে কথা কয় গো, কথা কয়, says that the divine mother in the temple, she speaks. Now how do you make out of it? Sri Sri Thakur says in the Kathamrita, I was sitting by the Ganges, Gangar tire boshichilam, and then suddenly Satchidananda, he came out of the water of the Ganges. Okay, we understand, maybe a celestial being. And then he says, I had a lot of fun with him, we cracked our fingers. Now what is this? How do we make out of it? You were sitting by the Ganges, all right. Satchidananda manifests from the water of the Ganges, that also we understand. But then you and Satchidananda, you have some pranks and fun and you crack your fingers. Now, what level is that? That level is actually when the one manifests itself through all the limitations. It has no boundary, nothing bounds it. The knowledge is so direct, the knowledge is so complete, the knowledge is so full, the knowledge is the knowledge by itself, nothing obstructs it. Again, when he goes to the temple, he sees that what we see is the prastara vigraha of Shri Shri Bhavatarini. He sees that she is coming down, and before telling the mantra, she is taking the food and Rosh, Rosh, age mantra ta to boli. Wait. There are certain things to tell, then you can eat. But then she is lively. A cat comes, the mother. Everything, the mother. Nothing obstructs that. That is the culmination of that knowledge. We don't know. Maybe, that is the highest. Avatara can manifest it. So, again, we go through the description of this Atma Swarupa in mantra number 21. Asino duram vrajati. Shayano yati sarvataha. Kastam mada amadam devam mad anyo gyatum arhati. Again, we will see that Nirguno Gunomay. This entity is often described by opposite characteristics. Namo Namo Prabhu Bhakku Monatito. Understood Bhakku Monatito. All right. He is beyond in the Khandanabhava Arati Stotra. He is beyond our minds. Again, Manavachanai Katha. Nirguna Gunamay. That means that he is this quality, he is the opposite quality, and that means he is beyond all qualities. He is actually, we can say she, that entity is actually beyond qualities. Upadhi rohito. Then why these qualities? Just now in that we read, according to the approach of the seeker, that truth manifests itself. Ye yatha mang prapaddante tangs tathaiva bhajamya. We find it. So the bhakta wants to see a sakara form, manifests as a sakara. The Gyani wants to see a nirakara form, manifests as a nirakara. And the Vigyani wants to see all the forms in everything, jo kuch hai so tu hi hai, manifests as that also. It is manifestations of everything. The Tantra, especially the Tantra, Vedanta gives the Tattva. Tantra brings the application. Those things in life which we think are bondages of spiritual, which we say are tamasic, rajasic, Tantra will take them and will put them in front of the aspirant, the sadhaka of Tantra, and will, through the experience, the aspirant will try to, by practice, understand that the Divine Mother is manifested everywhere. Is everywhere. In things which we say are very much things of hatred, the Divine Mother resides there also. Everything is a Divine Mother. Tantra puts it terribly in application. But what happened, the Divine Mother is everywhere. The Divine Mother is in the Sattvika, in the Tamasic, in the Rajasic, in the Tamasika. But often aspirants who were not Sattvika, they could not cross the boundaries of the Tamasika practices and the Rajasika practices, and they could not reach the Sattvika thing, and they will just keep themselves indulged in the Tamasika and the Rajasika thing. And because of their limitations, because of their weaknesses, the Tantra earned a bad name. Sri Ramakrishna, we will find detailed description in the Sri Ramakrishna Leela Prasanga. Other books does not discuss the tantric practices of Sri Ramakrishna. Mainly Leela Prasanga discuss wo karta hai. And there, in Tantra, there are three kinds of bhava. The Pashu bhava, the Veera bhava, and the Divya bhava. Sri Ramakrishna practiced the Divya bhava. और स्वामी शारदानंद जी बोलते कि अवतार, इस युग के अवतार तंत्र का साधना करके, दिव्य भाव की साधना करके उन तंत्र को अपने शुद्ध भाव में प्रतिष्ठा किए. ठाकुर डिड दैट. सो यहाँ पे फिर वो ऑपोजिट एडजेक्टिव्स को यूज करते हैं. बोलते हैं कि वो आसीनो दुरम व्रजति. आसीनो सिटिंग हियर, दुरम व्रजति. कठोपनिषद का क्लास भी कर रहा है और आलमोरा मार्केट में जाके पिज्जा खा पी के भी आ गया. समथिंग लाइक दैट. वंडरफुल. इट इज द आत्मन. व्हाट मीन्स? इट इज हियर, इट इज देयर, इट इज एवरीवेयर. दैट मीन्स नथिंग कैन बाइंड इट. प्लेस कैनॉट बाइंड इट. आसीनो दुरम व्रजति. और शयानो याति सर्वतः. यहाँ पे शैया पे है और हर जगह पे जा रहे. कमरे में लेटे हुए हैं और यहाँ पे भी क्लास कर रहे. वेरी नाइस. और इसको योग सूत्र में एक सिद्धि है जिसको बोलते काय व्यूह. साधक एक ही समय पे एक से अधिक स्थान पे योग सिद्धि के द्वारा वो उपस्थित रह सकते. श्री रामकृष्ण देव को विजय कृष्ण गोस्वामी बोल रहे, आपको मैंने ढाका में देखा, स्पर्श किया, पर तब वो दक्षिणेश्वर में थे. नरेंद्रनाथ बोल रहे, मैं कैसे अविश्वास करूं, ऐसा तो हुआ है कि मैं घर में हूं और ये शरीर के अंदर जो है उसको आकर्षण करके दक्षिणेश्वर लेके गए. कितने सारे बातें, कितना आनंद, फिर वापस आया. वी डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. श्री रामकृष्ण दक्षिणेश्वर में है और शिहोर में वो हृदय के दुर्गा मंडप में आविर्भूत हुए. मेनी थिंग्स आर देयर. भगवान श्री कृष्ण रास लीला कर रहे, हर वो गोपी जी देख रही है, उनके पास में श्री कृष्ण का ये. इट इज अ योग सिद्धि where yes, in the Durga Puja of Surendranath Mitra also Thakur appears. Many incidents are there, but this is not meant in that way. This is not Kaya Vyuha. This is Upadhi Rahita. That is a higher state of existence in yoga. और बोलते हैं यहाँ पे yes, next mantra. अशरीरम शरीरेषु अनवस्थेषु अवस्थितम महांतम विभुमात्मानम मत्वा धीरो न शोचति. पूजनीय स्वामी भूतेशानंद जी ये सब मंत्र के ये जो श्लोक मंत्र अंश है उसको बार बार हम जो पाठक के श्रोता है उनका दृष्टि आकर्षण करें कि दिस इज द रेलिवेंस, दिस इज द प्रासंगिकता, दिस इज द नेसेसिटी ऑफ द शास्त्रस. व्हाट? धीरो न शोचति. ये ज्ञान अगर मुझे लाभ हो जाए तो ये शोक, ये दुख, ये मरण, ये जीवन का संघर्ष मुझे स्पर्श नहीं करेगा. I will be always in आनंद. That is what we are looking for. ये परमानंद प्राप्ति, परम सुख प्राप्ति और दुख का नाश, यही तो हम लोग ढूंढ रहे. We all are looking for that. And the Upanishad is telling us how we can do it. Here it becomes relevant. We are not reading because it is a very great and respected scripture. No, not for that. We have come to find out that clue, that knowledge, that lesson, taking which a bit of it maybe we go back to our homes और हमारे रोज के जिंदगी में इसी ज्ञान को हम प्रैक्टिस कर सके उसका हम प्रैक्टिस को बांग्ला में हिंदी में अभ्यास कर सके. Yes, I don't know, sometimes I forget very basic words in French also, you know, and my teacher will say the word, I say, oh my god, I knew this word, I have used it so many times, and then I'll think, oh, maybe this is going to happen with me during the exam also. I will forget all the.
You must find out some peers with whom you can speak in French. Then you will.
Yeah, I do, but you know, but this happens with English and Bangla and with my mother tongue also. Ki bole. It is, I think, I'm getting dementia. Huh? Oh, so it's a universal dementia. Now tells again very important thing. See,
Zero word comes from Vedic.
yes, dhiraha, yes. Someone, dhira is dhiman. Someone, see, dhi, buddhi, medha, dhi, these are different things in the Vedic Shastra. Buddhi is something by which I can have an understanding. Medha is something by which I will have an insight. And dhi is something which is like, you know, like a guiding light. Always, buddhi is I'm able to understand it intellectually. Medha is by practice, I'm able to get into the intricacy of it. Medhavi. But jo dhi is someone who is established in it. वो परिपक्व हो गया है. And that will always guide him in whatever he does. हाँ? श्रेय और प्रेय का विवेक करने के लिए बुद्धि चाहिए. प्रैक्टिस से वो मेधा का जो मेधा नारी तैयार होता है, that insight will come. But one who is dhi, he will not go for prayer at all. Immediately, that guiding light will tell him that this is to be done. Just obviously he will do that. So we go to a very important and a very famous mantra. Nayamatma pravachenena labhyo. Nayamatma pravachenene. I don't know, I'm just pravachenena labhyo. Yes, say that. Nayamatma pravachenena labhyo. Na medhaya na bahuna श्रुतेन. बोलते हैं कि ये आत्मा प्रवचन सुनने से, प्रवचन के द्वारा लभ्य नहीं होते. प्रवचन के द्वारा ये लभ्य नहीं, बहुवाद का अध्ययन से लाभ नहीं होता. राज बिहारी महाराज या वासुदेवानंद जी, मुझे ठीक याद नहीं यार, एक सन्यासी संतान श्री श्री माँ को वो पूछते, माँ ये पुस्तक में ये लिखा है और वहां पे वो लिखा है, क्या ठीक है? और माँ बोलते, তোমরা অনেক পড়েছো তো, ঘুরে মরবে. तुम लोगों ने बहुत पढ़ा है ना, तुम भटकते रहोगे. হ্যাঁ, ঘুরে মরবে, like that. ঘুরে মরবে বা ঘুরবে, she says like that. অনেক পড়েছো তো, ঘুরবে. And then in a place she says, ठाकुर একজন দেখা লোক. ठाकुर एक ऐसे व्यक्ति जिन्होंने देखा है. देख लिया माने he knows what is what. In that way, ठाकुर একজন দেখা লোক. তোমরা অনেক পড়েছো, তোমরা ঘুরবে. And to some, Vasudevananda ji was interested in scriptures. Vasudevananda ji asked questions to the Holy Mother. Mother says, "Oto jene ki hobe baba, tumi jeno tomar ekjon ma achen." What will you do knowing all these things? You keep in mind that you have a mother. But it's not universal. To some, you know, maybe that was not the Swadharma of Vasudevananda. He was just getting interested in it. And maybe this Sharanagati to the Holy Mother will be the the way for him. So mother with her Matri Shakti, Devi Shakti, Guru Shakti, she guides in the proper way. But there have been aspirants to whom the Holy Mother has said, Tomader gyan ache. And then she will put, job kora, ওই জব বিড়বিড় করা ও তো মেয়েদের কাজ তোমাদের জ্ঞান আছে जैसे वो जब करना वो तो महिलाएं ऐसे बैठ के बोलती रहती है तुम्हारा पास ज्ञान है so it is she is encouraging like that it's obvious that japa is not a very trivial thing because she has given mantra to so many sannyasins and they have reached the peaks of spiritual life but she is guiding the aspirants according to their tendencies and their capacities. नायम आत्मा न नो अयम दिस अभी जो आत्मा को वो अयम बोल के बोल रहे हैं अयम माने दिस now the atma is not something now he is pointing all this discussion is going about that existence which we call the pratyakatma which is called the self now it is pointed to that how you can realize that within you not listening to a lot of YouTube videos, etc. Not reading the letters one after the other.
Pravachane means the speaker also.
No.
Not reference to speaker.
Vachan is speech. Pra means many. Pra means very, eloquent and all those things.
You are doing pravachan.
No, it's not pointing out to the pravachanakara. It is pointing to the pravachan. Pravachan means speech, words, theories, or pra means which are of high quality. But even a high quality of theory will not take to the goal. It is at the end, it is a letter. A letter. वो जिसमें लिखा ये लाओ पुथिगत विद्या. It will not lead to that. And we find examples. गौरी पंडित और पद्म लोचन वो लोग महापंडित थे श्री श्री ठाकुर के पास आए तो उन लोगों को मालूम पड़ा कि पुथी से लाभ हुई विद्या और साधन से लाभ हुई विद्या एकदम पृथक है दयानंद सरस्वती जी वो जब ठाकुर जी को देखे वो बोले कि इन्होंने दुग्ध पान की है he has drank the milk and all those things that is a real thing we do not we do not have that capacity so we keep ourselves busy with these things because at the end we want that हम लोगों की मन में उसको प्राप्ति की इच्छा है हम जगत को भोग करना नहीं चाहते हमको आध्यात्मिक लक्ष्य है हमारा जीवन का लक्ष्य पर कोई कारण से हम लोगों के जीवन में मन में देह में विपरीत संस्कार है इसलिए हम वो उपनिषद के द्वितीय पक्षी के जैसे है हम खट्टे मीठे फल भी खा रहे और वो ऊपर में स्थिर होके बैठी हुई वो पक्षी की तरफ देख रहे और सोच रहे अगर मैं ऐसा हो जाता तो कितना अच्छा होता कभी कभी प्रयत्न कर रहे फिर कभी लग रहा है नहीं थोड़ा ये फल भी खा लो दिस इज हाउ वी आर डूइंग and for us who are sannyasins it is anukul we are in an anukula parivesh for you it is really difficult being in the samsara having all your responsibilities but at the same time with your mind and your mentality of a devotee you cannot enjoy the samsara as all other people do you are a bit caught between the two and it's when I think about our devotees it is really quite very strong struggle but yes the blessings of the divine trio are always there na medhaya you can be very intelligent it will not work sometimes simplicity will work and medhaya sometimes may not work what happens often we have unreal ideas बहुत सारे समय हम लोगों के मन में त्रुटिपूर्ण चिंतन भावनाएं रहते and if we are intelligent we can justify our thoughts intelligence can be an obstacle আমি একটা অন্যরকম ভাবি এবং আমার কাছে বুদ্ধির জোর রয়েছে বুদ্ধি দিয়ে যুক্তি দিয়ে আমি যেটা ভাবি সেটাই ঠিক আমি ওটাকে প্রমাণ করতে পারি। Then what to do? We have to match it with the Shruti. We do not have Anubhuti for aspirants. We have to match it with the Shruti and the Parampara. Parampara. We have a parampara of 125 years. Apart from that, we have a parampara of 5,000 years. It should match with that. I just cannot hatch out something new. And if I justify it with my intellect, then I'm just wasting my time and energy. I'm not a spiritual aspirant, I'm a scholar. And na bahuna shrutena. बहुत सुन लिया, some people, बहुत वो लोग प्रश्न पूछते हैं, and sometimes subtle questions also. स्वामी भूतेशानंद जी लिख रहे, वो स्वामी शारदानंद जी को प्रश्न पूछ रहे थे, फिर स्वामी शारदानंद जी बोले साधन करते रहो, ये सब प्रश्न का उत्तर तुमको खुद ही मिल जाएगा. As you walk on the path, the truth will reveal to you, and sometimes, always relying on the others, always, asking others. Again, I'm remembering Swami, may not be in this context, but very important. Swami Saradananda ji किसी को कोई एक responsibility दे, एटा करो, फिर वो आके महाराज जी ऐसे करो, ये वैसे करो, पूछ रहे. फिर सारदानंद जी बोले, इतना प्रश्न पूछ रहे हो, तुमको क्या करने की इच्छा नहीं है? I gave you the responsibility. I knew that you can do. You should go and do it. Why all this long meetings about how you should do and this and that? Go and do it. Too much of discussion, too much of questions, too much of deliberations, too much of thought shows that maybe we do not have the inclination to get into the thing itself. Upanishad very straightforwardly, and in this way, Upanishads in a way, Upanishad disqualifies itself also. What a strength. No other scriptures of the world has the courage to do it, which the Upanishad have. Yatra Veda Aveda Bhavati. The Upanishads are saying, Nayam Atma Pravachenena Labhyah. Na medhaya, na bahuna shrute. Then, how it is labhya? Yam eva esha vrinute tena labhya tasaisha atma vivrinute tanum swam. We will go through the anvaya of this second part. Let's see what is given there. The first one is understood. It's simple. Nayam atma pravachanena labhya na medhaya na bahuna shrutana. It's done. We go with the second part of it. It says, Eshaha. Eshaha means then, yam eva vrinute varan karta hai, tena उसके द्वारा लभ्यः वो ज्ञात होता है. अर्थ क्या है कि प्रवचन से तो ये लभ्य नहीं होता, मेधा से लभ्य नहीं होता, श्रुति बहुत श्रवण करने से लभ्य नहीं होता, तो कैसे लभ्य होता है? जब ये साधक अपना वो जो स्वरूप है उसको व्याकुलता से, यहां पे लिखा है व्याकुलता से, उसको वरण करता है, उसको ढूंढता है. When the sadhak gives up everything and very earnestly goes for that, गुरु ने जो कह दिया है संपूर्ण विश्वास से, संपूर्ण न व्याकुल होके, इतना व्याकुल मानो उतना तो हम हो नहीं पाएंगे कि ठाकुर बोलছে प्राणटा যেন आटू-बाटू করছে, जैसे बिल्ली खरोच रही है, बोल रहे कि क्राइंग फॉर इट. मास्टर मशाय कथामृत में उल्लेख है, दक्षिणेश्वर में ठाकुर जी बोले उनको रो रो के पुकारो. मास्टर मशाय एक दिन दक्षिणेश्वर के बगीचे के पास से पंचवटी में वो सुन रहे, कोई रो रहा है, मेरे मधुसूदन दादा तुम कहाँ पे हो, फिर जाके देखे लाटू महाराज रो, दे हैव शेड टीयर्स, ऑल ऑफ देम। ऐसे ही बैठे नहीं है यहाँ पे। एंड यू कांट इमेजिन व्हाट दे हैव डन। काशीपुर में नरेंद्रनाथ व्याकुल होके उन्माद के जैसा राम मंत्र लाप करने बाद काशीपुर का जो भवन है उसको प्रदक्षिण कर रहे और राम 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 बोल रहे। ही हैज गॉन टोटली मैड। ठाकुर जी उनको बुला के बोले, एक रात में तू क्या करेगा बेटा, आज तेरी जो अवस्था है ऐसा 12 साल इस अवस्था में मैं था। वी कैन नॉट इमेजिन। इट्स माने दैव अमानुषिक। वो मन इमेजिन एक टर्म, इट बेगर्स डिस्क्रिप्शन। डिस्क्रिप्शन भिखारी जैसा बन जाता है, इट बेगर्स डिस्क्रिप्शन। अद्भुत अद्भुत एकदम। पर उन लोगों ने किया है। किछु करो, they always, the holy mother is saying কিছু করো, খাটতে হয়, না খাটলে কি হয়। and स्वयं श्री श्री माँ वो दक्षिणेश्वर में हर स्थान पे कितना उन्होंने तपस्या की। ठाकुर जी पंचवटी में जा रहे, योगानंद जी का मन में संदेह हुआ और फिर वो गए, फिर देखे कि ठाकुर जी तो पंचवटी में गए। फिर ठाकुर जी दिखाते कि देखो उनकी अवस्था, और देखते कि वो मध्य रात में श्री श्री माँ वहां पे समाधि में वो लीन है। सो दे ऑल हैव डन इट। यहाँ पे बोलते कि यम एव एष वृणुते तेन लभ्य। जो इसको वरण करता है, वरण करना माने उसको संपूर्ण रूप से एक्सेप्ट करता है। वो वरण करना माने गोस फॉर इट, एक्सेप्ट्स इट होल हार्टेडली। মা এই নাও তোমার ধর্ম, এই নাও তোমার অধর্ম, আমি আমায় শুদ্ধাত্মা দাও, মা আমি খালি তোমাকে চাই, আমি আর কাউকে চাই না। Can we really put our right hand on us and say, ठाकुर আমি খালি তোমাকে চাই। स्वामी सुबोधानंद जी बोलते कि he used to utter a poem, যে করিবে আমার আশ আমি করি তার সর্বনাশ, তবুও না যে ছাড়ে আশ আমি হই তার দাসের দাস। जो যে করিবে আমার আশ, in the Bible it is said, I am a jealous God. God and mammon cannot be worshipped at the same time. जो मेरी आशा करेगा मैं उसका सर्वनाश करूंगा। सर्वनाश करूंगा माने मैं उसे संन्यास दूंगा, मैं उसका ये जो सब माने संन्यास व्रत नहीं, उसका ये जो अनित्य है सब उसके जीवन से मैं ले लूंगा, उसको त्याग में प्रतिष्ठा करूंगा। शायद उसको उसमें आनंद मिले, शायद उसको दुख भी मिले, शायद उसके मन में संघर्ष, तो वो ना जे छारे आश, गुरु शास्त्र वाक्य में विश्वास करके जो मुझे प्राप्त करने की आशा नहीं छोड़ेगा, आमी होई तार दासिर दास, फिर मैं उसका दास का दास बनूंगा। बट वी हैव टू गो थ्रू दैट। कथामृत में मास्टर महाशय को परिशिष्ट में नरेंद्रनाथ मास्टर महाशय को बोले, कितने सारे मंत्र मैंने स्वर्ण अक्षर में मैंने दर्शन किया, माँ काली के कितने रूप मैंने दर्शन किया, पर मुझे शांति नहीं मिली। He is looking for the highest advay upadhi rahita experience and he didn't get, he is not, he is looking for that. तस्यैव आत्मा तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनुम स्वाम। और फिर बोलते हैं तस्, वो आत्मकामी के पास ही, एष ये आत्मा, स्वाम स्वीय, तनुम तनुम मीन्स अपना स्वरूप, विवृणुते जो व्याकुल होके सर्व त्याग करके ये आत्मा को जो ढूंढता है उसे मिलता है। प्रमाण, प्रमाण is a history of the cultural and spiritual heritage of the religions of the world. इसके पहले बहुतों को मिला है और वही विश्वास के साथ हम लोगों को आगे बढ़ना है। Because people have got it. There are so many instances. People have got it. Hooray! the last mantra of the Dvitiya Valli. By yes, one more. Yes. Na virato duscharitan na ashanto na samahitaha na samahitaha na shantamanaso vapi pragyanena enam apnuyat. Now the Upanishads are slowly coming to the practical things. ये ज्ञान दुर्लभ है नचिकेता, तुम में वो विवेक बुद्धि है, जगत के ये सब प्रलोभन से तुम प्रलोभित नहीं हुए, मैं ये ज्ञान तुमको बोलूंगा। ये जो तत्व है तुम ही वो तत्व का प्रकाश हो। सिर्फ तुमको तुम कौन हो, हु आर यू, वो ठीक तरीके से समझना पड़ेगा। और यू हैव टू बी रियली, यू हैव टू गो फॉर इट, you have to be very intense for it, then you will get it. स्वामी जी बोलते हैं कि परीक्षा की कितनी पढ़ाई करते, कितने साल से पढ़ रहे, फिर भी परीक्षा में अच्छे नंबर नहीं मिलते, बहुत सारे प्रश्न के उत्तर मालूम नहीं होता, और ये अध्यात्म तत्व इतना सहज है, कुछ समय ही उसका हम साधन करके उसको समझ जाएंगे। इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल एक्चुअली। तो क्या करें, कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक बोलते हैं, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस। क्या बोलते हैं, दुश्चरितात, दुश्चरित माने पाप आचरण। क्या पाप है, क्या पुण्य है, जो हमारे शास्त्र ने कहा है, शास्त्र में जो विधि और निषेध है, वही जो विधि है वो पुण्य है, और जो निषेध है वो पाप है। एक शास्त्र है श्रुति, पर वो श्रुति को युग के अनुसार ऋषियों ने, ये अवतार पुरुषों ने, आचार्यों ने व्याख्या की कि युग के अनुसार हमको क्या करना चाहिए। श्री श्री ठाकुर, श्री श्री मां, स्वामी जी महाराज इस युग के अवतार है, आचार्य है, उनके जीवन, उनकी वाणी ये युग के स्मृति है। श्री श्री मां एक भक्त को बोलती है, ठाकुरेर विधि निषेध मिने जेमन आछो तेमन करो। ठाकुर के विधि और निषेध को स्मरण करके जैसे जी रहे हो वैसे जियो, नथिंग मोर, नथिंग इज टू दैट। What he has said, keep him as your dhruvatara, as your guide in everything you do, and that is the reason we need to read these books, just not for a feel good feeling, but all this incidents from the life of this great divine beings like Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sarada Devi, Swami Ji, the direct disciples, and 125 years of a parampara will guide us again and again when we need those guidance. এই জন্যই ওই আমাদের সৎ গ্রন্থ ইত্যাদিগুলো পড়তে হয়, যাতে আমাদের যখন সময় প্রয়োজন হবে ওগুলি আমাদেরকে আলোক দেখাতে পারে। दुश्चरितात, पाप आचरण से अविरतः, यहाँ पे नेगेटिवली बोलते हैं कि जो पाप आचरण से विरत नहीं होता उसको ये नहीं मिल सकता, उसको ये नहीं मिल सकता। हम देखेंगे हर स्थान पे अष्टांगी योग में द फर्स्ट इज यम, डोंट्स, देन इज नियम, डूज, एवरीवेयर। साधन चतुष्टय में भी शमदम अष्ट संपत्ति, and all these things, these are very important. स्वामी विज्ञानानंद जी को कोई उपदेश मांगता है, वो बोलते हैं वर्ण परिचय में प्रथम वाक्य में जो पढ़ा है सदा सत्य कहना, start with that. These are very basic and very universal things. जो पाप आचरण से अविरत नहीं होता है और जो अशांत है, अशांत माने जिसका इंद्रिय संयत नहीं है, যেমন খুশি খাচ্ছি, যেমন খুশি কথা বলছি। योगः प्रथमं द्वारः वांग निरोध, योग के प्रथम द्वार है वांग निरोध करना। A spiritual aspirant should be always अंतर्मुखी। how করছে, he করছে, not always. A part of the mind should be always inbound. By practice we have to do that. We have found something greater We are really not here for the fun of the world. अशांत जो संयत इंद्रिय है, because he is not here to satisfy his indriyas. And in this case, routine plays a very important role. If every day, रोज अगर मैं ये सोचूं आज मैं ये समय पे उठूंगा या कल वो समय पे उठूंगा, आज थोड़ी ठंडी है थोड़ा सो जाओ, आज आश्रम में हूँ आज मंगल आरती में जाना है, आज ये है कल वो है, और अगर हमेशा मैं ये शरीर को लेके ही सोचता रहूं, ये शरीर कब उठेगा, ये शरीर कब सोएगा, ये शरीर कब खाएगा, ये शरीर कब चलेगा, if always I am busy with this gross idea about the body and the mind, when will I use the time and energy to dive deep into? Their routine plays a very important role. You've just made the body and the mind like a machine. You get up at this time, you get up at this time. There is no second thought. It just becomes natural. Then you can put your mind, সকালে উঠে যদি আমি এই ভাবি আচ্ছা আমি এই সময় উঠবো না ওই সময় উঠবো, তাহলে সকালে উঠেই তো আমি কখন উঠবোটা নিয়ে ভাবছি। But if I have a fixed time of getting up every day at that time, then immediately I wake up and my routine has told me I wake up, I do my ablutions, and I immediately sit for my japa and meditation. No second thought. And the time will come when this body will become weak, this mind will become weak by age. And many of us, most of us, we are feeling that yes, slowly that intensity, the strength of body and mind are becoming less and less. The needs of the body, diseases, they're drawing a lot of our attention. There, if we have had started earlier and we have made a practice, we would have made a practice, then that practice will, that inertia of the practice will push us through. Momentum, yes. The inertia of motion, yes. So very important. और क्या बोलते हैं, अशांत जो संयत इंद्रिय नहीं है, for him spiritual life is an entertainment. ওই আশ্রমে গেলাম, আজ আশ্রমে গেলাম, কালকে ওই কি একটা ফিল্ম রয়েছে পাঠান, ওটা দেখতে গেলাম, তারপর দিন মামার বাড়ি গেলাম, তারপর দিন ঘরে ঘুমিয়ে থাকলাম, তারপরে ঠিক আছে আবার গেলাম আশ্রমে। All these things, many of us keep on doing these things, and then if we lament why we are not getting, then who is to blame? And then we will look for this outer avalambana. গুরুদেব আশীর্বাদ করুন, মহারাজ আশীর্বাদ করুন, ঠাকুর মুখ তুলে তাকাচ্ছেন না, ইত্যাদি ইত্যাদি। All these things, yes, I need grace. মা বলছেন we cannot realize God without grace. That my Diksha Guru has to bless me and take me through all these things. Thakur has the responsibility to shower his grace on me and all these things. And then sometimes when we pray too much unnecessarily and don't practice, that shows that we are actually hypocrites. We want to put the burden on them, but we are not doing what we are supposed to do. Swamiji says in Bhabbar Katha, there is a man, he has a garden, he has a man working in the garden, and he has another man in his house. One man, he always comes in front of the owner of the house and praises him. Oh, you look so nice, your eyes are so nice, your nose is so nice, your ear is so nice, etc. And there is another man who silently works in the garden, and then he grows the flower plants, and one day when a flower blooms, he takes that flower and he brings to the owner and says, this is a flower from your garden. I worked very hard and today it has blossomed. Do you please accept it? Swamiji asks a simple thing, Bhabbar Katha. We have to think about it. With whom will the owner be more pleased? The one who has silently worked in his garden and brought a fruit of his hard work and gives it to him, or the one who just sits in front of him and says, oh, your nose is so nice, beautiful nose. He's not a fool. Thakur is damn smart. He's the smartest one. They're very smart. You can't fool them. No one has been able to fool them. Swami Saradanandaji says, we had our doubts and he had his realizations. We proceeded towards Sri Ramakrishna with our confidence, so-called confidence, and we wanted to test him. He just, in a way, exposed himself. Yes, come along, test me. And he says, every time we fell short of our capacity to test him, he, with his realizations, came out triumphant. That is how it is, because that's the truth. Doubt can be never the truth. The truth is the truth. And so here it is said that yes, we will reach the spiritual goal, but let us do what is to be done. We have to live a spiritual life, not as a hobby. Sometimes I have seen some of our devotees, I sometimes say devoted devotees and not devoted devotees. Some are, they have an attraction towards this spiritual culture. They are not really having that strength of body, mind to really give up all those non-spiritual things and get into it. They feel an attraction, but they're not able to give the price of it, which if they give, they will really, get such a wonderful and a better thing. And, what I was going to say, I forgot. Yes, that that I remember. Something came in mind before that. Yes.
He's dancing now.
Yes, he's. I forgot. Ah. Yes, the point is that yes, I remember. Swami Vivekananda, he tells, in the time of Sri Ramakrishna also, there is a long discussion about it in the Sri Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga. Seeing the samadhi and the spiritual moods of Sri Ramakrishna, some of the devotees will try to imitate that, and some have been seen to practice it at home. And then Narendranath is a man of rationality. Ek din, it was being discussed. So some of the devotees, whenever the name of God is uttered and whenever it is talked about the divine love of Radha and Krishna, they shed tears. Immediately Narendranath says, maybe they shed tears thinking about their wives. He will just say like that. And then we may think, oh, what is, because he's Swami Vivekananda, we take it positively. Otherwise, we would say, oh, this man is hypercritical. Why he's saying like that? Then Swamiji gives the explanation why he says that. He says, if they really would have experienced the manifestation of divinity, it will be manifested in their character, in their day-to-day character. Is what I am remembering now. Sometimes I have seen some of our devotees, when they will come in the ashrama, they will, adapt and adopt the spiritual life. And back in their homes, they will live quite a non-spiritual way of things. Like two different life, a spiritual life when they come in the ashrama and a kind of a secular life when they go out. It can't be so. That shows that they have not developed a principle of their lives. ওদের জীবনের আদর্শই ঠিক হয়নি, জীবনের লক্ষ্যই ঠিক হয়নি. They have not decided on the goal of their lives. So these things are very important. Na ashanta manaso, jiska man ashant hai, for him the spiritual life will not blossom. और फिर बोलते हैं जो अस्थिर चित्ते है और जिनका मन अशांत है, this spiritual life is not for him. और प्रज्ञानेन, प्रज्ञानेन आत्मा का परोक्ष ज्ञान के द्वारा एनम ये प्रत्यक आत्मा को न आपनुवात. आत्मा का परोक्ष ज्ञान के द्वारा, परोक्ष ज्ञान माने बहुना श्रुतेन मेधया प्रवचनेन blah 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 blah, all these things now. Dudher sambandhe, if we read a lot of things about milk, if I see in 1,000 gallons of milk. But if I drink every day a cup of milk, it will work. Sometimes this very simple but real thing, according to the Guru Agya, sitting twice in a day and exactly for doing the sadhana, what the Guru Deva has said, sometimes we don't do it and we hop around for bigger things. যার এখানে আছে তার সেখানেও আছে. And we who are here, we who are, at least we are sincere. We may not have that strong capacity of sadhana, but we are sincere. We want it. We should cling to these things more strongly. So we go to the last one. Yasya brahma cha shatram cha ubhe bhavata odanaha mrityuhu yasya upasecham ka ittha veda yatra saha. और बोले वो आत्म स्वरूप जो सबका स्वरूप है, यम के जैसा ब्राह्मण जो है, नचिकेता के जैसा ब्राह्मण है, फिर वो क्षत्रिय है, सबका ब्राह्मण और क्षत्रिय, ब्रह्म और क्षत्र बोल के मीन्स फॉर एवरीवन, जो सबका स्वरूप है. और एक मिनट, बोलते हैं जो सबका स्वरूप है, जो शुद्ध स्वरूप है, उसको शुद्ध होके ही हम जान सकते हैं. So now we will find that to more practical things, the Upanishad is drawing our idea. So we will, it is 10:30. So the time, the allotted time ends. So what do? We continue a bit more, or it was not announced today, so from the afternoon we continue a bit more and we have longer sessions. In a democratic country called India, the majority rules. Your yes, yeah, in a democratic country. So if we, like, if you think that we can continue a bit, then we can continue. So you can raise your hands. Yes. And when you raise your hands, please do not look around, You are supposed to raise your hands. You are not supposed to see who is raising and who is not raising. So more or less, yes. ठीक. नो, ना कभी कभी अगर किसी को ऐसे सभा में बोलते हैं हाथ उठाइए, तो लोग, ऐसा लगता है लोग अपने हाथ को ढूंढ रहे, पहले ही देखेंगे इस तरह, बोले अरे So we continue. We are going to the Prathama Adhyay, Tritiya Valli. What is where it is in the 20. एक मिनट. Yes. ये अक्रतु है, निष्काम जो पुरुष है. बोलते हैं कि तम अक्रतुहु, जो निष्काम पुरुष है, वही इस आत्मा को वो जान सकता है. वो उपाधि रहित है. नो, यहाँ पे अक्रतु है, निष्काम पुरुष. क्रतु है यज्ञ. The word yajna means kratu. Yajna can be karma, an activity. Akratu is one who is devoid, or one who has given up all kinds of activities. Can we really give up all kinds of activities? No. So the idea is one who has given up all the result of all kinds of activities. One who is nishkama. One who is nishkama, then wherever Providence or God has kept him or her, he or she just does his or her duty without thinking of the results. So these attributes, anoraniyan, mahato mahiyan, all this duality does not affect him. He becomes Beta Shoka. He can realize this, that is what being said. Huh? Actually, the process, like we should go for the Anvaya, then we should go for the Shabdartha, then we should follow a bhashya of an acharya who has taken word by word, then we should try to understand it in the spiritual lineage of our parampara, the Ramakrishna Bhavadhara, then we should try to connect it with our day-to-day lives. Then we should ask our counter questions where it's not matching. And then we get what we have to take from this study. It's a very long thing. 6 classes, and like even like extending the time also will not be able to do the justice. Huh? But something is better than nothing. Hmm? Huh. Yes. I'm not very much like, I don't have the ready-made, information about all those things. I can bring for you. আমি ওটা বলতে পারি ওটা, হ্যাঁ। আমি ওই মানে কেন জানি না আমি ওই তথ্যগুলো ভুলে যাই। ট্রেনিং সেন্টারে যেখানে তথ্য থাকতো ওখানে আমাকে ক্লাসের আগে পড়া তৈরি করে যেতে হতো। But when, like, my approach is you read these eternal teachings, and my approach is to look at them in the light of the life and teachings of the divine trio and see how I can put it in my life. ওইটা আমার approach. যে সনাতন যে শিক্ষাগুলি রয়েছে আমাদের শাস্ত্রে, ওটিকে যথাসাধ্য অনুধাবন করে ঠাকুর মা স্বামীজির জীবন ও বাণীর আলোকে ওইটিকে বোঝার চেষ্টা করা, এবং শেষে আমি এটিকে কেমন করে আমার জীবনের মধ্যে আনতে পারি, ওইটা for me that matters. And for that is the reason, মানে আমি সবসময় মানে শাস্ত্রের চর্চা থেকে এরকম মানে গোষ্ঠীবদ্ধ চর্চা থেকে I keep myself a bit away, because I think I don't take the path of the traditional way, of I always like I'll get, I'll read it, an idea will come, and then immediately an incident or a teaching of the divine fire will flash in my mind, and then I will try to look at from that viewpoint, and that gives me the bliss of studying the shastras. We go to into acha, they want to continue, so you will give them some tea or something. No, today we don't have any. Okay. Yes.
You spoke of Thakur's tantric practices. Divya Bhavi. He practiced Divya Bhavi.
Yes.
But the instructions he gave,
Yes.
they are maybe for the aspirants are assumed to be Pashupha.
No, he doesn't. We don't find him like, giving in. See, for the great teachers, there are 2 kinds of Upadesha. One is the Vyakta Upadesha, one is the Gupta Upadesha. The Gupta Upadesha, for example, Swamiji's Vyakta Upadesha is in the lectures from Colombo to Almora. It is for everyone. Swamiji's Gupta Upadesha, yes.
Take a break now.
Yes.
We can. We will provide tea also.
Now you have?
Yeah.
No, for all of them?
Maybe half cup for each.
Okay.
And that will be there. And we will also take the photograph and then continue.
No, photography, not on the last day? Tomorrow is the last day.
Yeah, but everybody has come prepared today.
Oh, okay.
Decked up.
Okay. Yes. Then whatever, if they prepared, In a country like India, we go with the majority. And if they are our opposition, then we'll tell them, after 5 years, we are going to come back. Like that, huh? That is the idea. This time, we follow the democratic rule, and 5 years we will, tolerate you and bother you like anything, and then We'll also show our strength. Yes, yes. As it has been decided, what did Maharaj say? Yes, yes. That is the thing. When we are having different opinions, we just go to the leader, and whatever the leader says, then we keep all our opinions aside, and we just follow. That is the power of a sangha, a community, an organization. Leader, Maharaj বলেছেন? Right.
Gupta Upadesha.
Yes. The teachers will have their Gupta Upadesha and the Vakta Upadesha. Swamiji's the Vakta Upadesha we find in the lectures from Kolumbu to Almora. Swamiji has uttered rules, mutt rules, which we find a bit here and there in his life. But that book is only for the monastic members. It is taught by very senior Swamis in training center, and then a copy is given after the Brahmacharya Diksha.
But the substance is there in the
Yes, but a lot is not there also. Yes, it's there in the life, but a lot is not there also. That is mainly for the monastics. And there are a lot of things which, even the order has not brought that into action. But we should remember, Swamiji has given the instructions for 1,500 years. When Buddha was a teacher who is to move from places to places. And wherever he will go, he will initiate a group of people into the vow of renunciation. And slowly, from that, the Theravada came. And there were some people who were with Buddha. And it is said that Theravada later turned into Hinayana. Because Hinayana came when Mahayana came later, in contrast to that. And Hinayana is like a gali to the Theravada by the Mahayana. They are not Hina. And they are more into renunciation and orthodoxy, etc. But some people who were close to Buddha stayed with him as he moved from place to place. They said Buddha had other teachings also. And the Mahayana, they say that we are having those. Those were the Gupta Upadesha, which has been manifested now for the good of the world. In that way, we will find that many teachings of the divine trio, some are Yuga Dharma, and some are mainly for that aspirant, not for everyone. We find that in the parampara of the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, knowingly he or the Holy Mother or Swamiji or the direct disciples, they never made Tantra Yuga Dharma. Vedanta, as explained by Swamiji, is the Yuga Dharma. It's done and said. So, what was your question? Yes. No, I don't remember. Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Saradananda ji, he got himself initiated into Tantra. Then Yogin Ma got initiated into Tantra, if I'm right. And we come to know from Parampara that later also there were some Swamis who practiced Tantra in their own way. If we remember, when Holy Mother passed away and the holy cremation of Mother's mortal body was carried on, and it was the time to extinguish the fire, and it is mentioned there was a Swami who used to practice Tantra, and he said he wanted to extinguish the fire in the tantric way, and someone had gone to the shop to buy those things. And then Swami Nirmalananda ji, he became quite, anxious, and he told Swami Saradananda ji, we can't waste time. And he brought a pitcher of Ganges water, gave it to Swami Saradananda ji, and said, you pour the water on the fire and extinguish the fire. And others also brought water to put on the fire. But as soon as Swami Saradananda ji poured the whole pitcher of Ganga Jal on Holy Mother's fire, and by that time the cloud was just hovering around, and immediately the cloud came, and as if nature herself extinguished the fire, everyone got drenched. So some practice Tantra and all those things. But the point is that no, there are innumerable ways Thakur ji has practiced, but Naren Shikkhe Debe Jakon Ghare Baire Hai. The learning is through Swamiji. What Swamiji has said, that is the final. And if we want to have our own ideas and own ways, then we are in the spiritual mall called Ramakrishna order. We just want to buy what we like. That will not work at the end. Okay, so we'll take a break and then what not, all those photographs, wrong selfies of our wrong self, we will take and we'll look back at them. I don't know. We are, no, no, no. No, no, you can't blame him. No, no, no. Yes, okay, so we end here. Okay, we are wasting time in our discussion. Let's end it and go for the tea and come back for whatever has been assigned and ordered by Swami Durveshanandji without adding or subtracting our own opinions on that. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. মহারাজ ওই জন্য বসে আছেন না মহারাজ?